Well, there's a few steps that have to be gone through before we get there. First of all, she has the right to appeal without having to return to Italy. I expect her attorneys to pursue that appeal. If the Italian Supreme Court then affirms this conviction, Italy has to seek extradition, and the U.S. Department of Justice would either have to agree or its objections have to be overcome. So there are a lot of steps that would have to happen before she could be extradited.
And what grounds will she have for fighting any extradition request?
Well, I would expect her to make the argument that the United States double jeopardy clause prevents her extradition. And what that says is that here in the United States, we have a fundamental constitutional right not to ever be tried again once we're acquitted in a court of law. Now, her trial took place in Italy, and I would expect Italy to say, well, that's fine for the United States, but our laws are different, and we have the right to proceed the way that we choose. But this gets very complicated and into the area of diplomacy because the United States seeks more extraditions of other citizens than any other country in the world. If we don't extradite Amanda Knox, perhaps Italy would retaliate and not extradite people that we seek to have brought into the U.S. for trial.
If that scenario was to come about, how would it play out? I mean, surely it would show America not respecting another country's legal system.
Well, that's probably how it would be viewed throughout much of the world. Most of Italy thinks that Amanda Knox is a murderer. Most of America thinks that she is not. I don't know what the views are in the UK, probably mixed. The bottom line is that America has to look out for the best interests of its citizens, both Amanda Knox in this case, but all citizens when looking at the bigger issue of extradition. So I don't envy the job of the U.S. Department of Justice when it comes to making their decisions in this case.
And how long could this process take? I mean, we're already 6 long years in this case.
I know, the case has become quite Dickensian already, and I would expect another few months, even years, for the appeal of this conviction. After that, the extradition process could take months or even years as well. So, you know, the only winners in this case are really the lawyers continuing to fight on both sides for Amanda Knox.
Well, Amanda Knox has always insisted her innocence, hasn't she? And she was speaking today on American television saying that the decision hit her like a train as she watched from her home in Seattle. I mean, what is the public's feelings towards Amanda Knox over there in the States?
Oh, I think the feeling here is overwhelming that she is innocent, that there was not sufficient evidence to convict her. I think the second trial in Italy that found her to be innocent is one that most people here agree with. You know, the issues of the DNA evidence are very, very serious, that the Italian experts on their own concluded that the DNA evidence, which is really the only evidence against her, was contaminated both in the way that it was collected and the way that it was analyzed. Other than that, the state has no motive. They have conflicting theories. Now they say she simply had a fight with Ms. Kircher. Previously, they said it was a drug-fueled sex orgy. They can't even put her at the crime scene. There is no physical evidence to connect her to the crime scene. There's a person who's already been convicted, Rudy Getty. His DNA is all over the crime scene. So there really are some significant flaws in this case, and I think most Americans think that she's innocent.